By way of a very quick introduction, this painting is based on a still or a screen grab from Netflix, which is a fantastic resource. So sometimes you can draw down movies if you pay your $10 a month or whatever it is, and there's hundreds of them. And sometimes I'll watch a movie with the sound off, and I'll take 400 or 500 screen grabs, a bit of software which I can just click on the print screen button, and they're ready saved into a folder exactly the size and compression I want. So in front of the painting there's a couple of black and white printouts. I don't take any of the colour information from the screenshots, so what you can't see here is that the one on the right is drawn and scribbled all over. So that's the basis for the painting. Before this video started, all I'd really done was mapped out the basic shapes and a bit of very loose blocking in, so not very exciting. So anyway, that brings you up to speed. As you can probably see, the painting itself is of a group of dancers, again from the still taken from the movie, and I'm trying to think of which movie it was, and that completely escapes me at the moment. But a quick note on the blocking in. Most people block in according to tone, i.e. dark tones, dark colour, light tones, light colour. I tend to block in more on colour temperature, but it can all change later, and some or none of these colours might or might not survive the process. So it's very much a layer upon layer process, and I try to keep it pretty loose. I'm not an artist that goes in with an exact idea of what I want. It's all about what the painting says it wants. The main task at the moment is to slightly bring out the approximately 5 or 6 dancers in the picture. One thing about my work, the same picture can have varying levels of abstraction, so some of the shapes might be quite well defined, some not defined at all. At this stage I don't really know that much. By the end of these 2 videos you'll definitely see what the picture's meant to be. That much I do know, because I've seen that's where I'm up to at the moment. So anyway, so at the moment I'm working one colour, blue, a dark sort of dark blue, and there's some purple coming in a bit later. Just on a technical note, I'm using a gloss medium. Often use water, it just depends purely how I feel. Same with working surfaces, like mixing it up a bit. I like working on white because I don't want to kill the colour. So after this next bit, things should hopefully make a little more sense. I'm going to do the central dancers' pants or trousers in English, just to try and untangle them a bit. Obviously I'm not aiming to get a representational painting out of this. You'll know what it is, but it's going to be pretty abstract, but it's got to work. It's got to appear to be natural and not too jarring. I mean, the main idea with this painting was to produce something that was basically happy. I'm actually hoping to submit it for a competition, which I don't normally do, very few, but add a bit more medium. That's a bit goopy as I left it uncovered last night, which was a pretty silly thing to do, but hey. Now just finishing off these pants again. This shape's probably going to be the central shape in the whole picture. The way it's shaping up is this. There's probably more expression in his legs than in any other part of the painting, but really the other figures, which are just beginning to see come out, especially on the left as we're looking, they all really support the main figure. Also, the composition's got a good sense of pattern, which I want to bring out towards the end. It should almost be a sort of almost a diagonally diamond-shaped tiled effect, which I like. I'm a sucker for. I've actually got to watch a bit that I don't put that in too many paintings. Hopefully that will all make sense as we go. So just going to define the face a bit here and give him some hair, blue hair, nothing beats it. Probably won't stay blue though, but I don't know. I like colourful paintings. I've tried toning it down, and I always end up going back to fairly saturated colours, so I'm probably too old to change now. Saying that, I love photography and do a lot of it to a reasonable standard. Sold quite a bit of work, many commissions, and I invariably work in black and white. I have not got the hang of colour photography at all. So anyway, enough of that. Right, time to do some work on the right hand side of the painting now. Bringing out, this is actually a figure, though it's pretty hard to see at the moment. One of the big problems with painting is when to leave it alone. And this one I actually quite like as it is, but I like the form, and the thing I've got to be most wary of is overdoing it. And I can see even at this stage that it'll be quite easy just to kill it. And if you speak to artists, they'll all probably give you horror stories of how many paintings they've just taken one brushstroke too far.